Hello my beautiful yogi friends, and welcome to Yoga with Anne Forward. I am Anne, and today I've got a little bit of a lower back practice for you. So we might use a belt, so you can have a yoga strap or any kind of normal regular belt is fine as well. So just quickly grab one and join me on my mat, or on your mat, not on my mat. So for today's practice, we will start on our back. So come slowly down onto the mat. Leave the knees bent. So you obviously chose this video because you've got something going on in your lower back. So you want to be really mindful and gentle. Bring your hands onto your belly. Make a little bit of a teepee shape with your legs. So knees together, feet wiggle a bit further apart. And we just take a couple of nice big breaths into the belly, in and out. This already sometimes is a nice gentle release for any lower back issues, just giving this bit of expansion in the belly, in the lower back. Feel this rising of the belly against your palms, and also this maybe pressing of the lower back slightly into the ground. Nice, relaxing. Make sure you're long through the back of the neck. Your shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. And one more big inhale into the belly. And then we're going to wiggle slowly the knees towards the chest. And we're just going to grab hold of them here. If that causes any tension in the shoulders, you can have your hands just here or still on your belly. So grabbing hold of the knees, and then we take an inhale to lengthen through the arms, move the knees away. Exhale, bring the knees closer towards the chest, compressing the belly a little bit and stretching through the lower back. And just keep it moving here. Inhale to move away. Exhale to bring the knees in. So Apanasana is a really nice little stretch, warming up for the lower back, for the muscles in the buttocks, and a gentle massage for all the internal organs as well. So even if you just do this, that's already a great little movement here for your lower back. Do one more. Exhale. And inhale. Bring the knees in, and then we just follow our intuition and rock a little bit left to right. Maybe drawing circles with the knees. Just giving this super sore spot here a gentle massage. Beautiful. Just rocking. Maybe lingering a little bit longer where you might feel particular tension here. And we slowly come back into the center, bring the feet to the ground, make sure we really ground through the lower back, so draw the navel in, snuggle the lower back into the ground. Palms can come by your side, facing down. We press into the feet as if we're in Tadasana and start to inhale, slowly peel the hips towards the ceiling. Exhale, one vertebrae at a time, we're going to roll back down. So moving through a bridge pose here. Making sure the hips are in line with the knees are in line with the feet. Engaging the core, inhale, rolling up. So we're doing this here. We don't have to lift the hips like super high. So just a natural movement here. And we're doing this to just slowly start to strengthen the muscles around the lower back, like the buttocks, the hamstrings, the core. So all those muscles will support the lower back end. The more we work on those as well, the less lower back issues we're going to have. Let's do one more. Really take your time here again. Movement and breath are one. So they're deeply connected. Inhale to lift, and then exhale to lower. Once again, bring the knees into the chest, give them a little hug here. Nose can come up towards the knees, big neck stretch. And then we find our way into a tabletop, and there are a couple of options. So if you really saw it, just drop over to the side, lift yourself up. You can walk up and down the spine, really being mindful of what's happening in your lower back. Coming into tabletop, and straight away we're gonna bring the knees wide, let the big toes touch, and walk the fingertips forward. One of the best releases here for the lower back as well. Bring the forehead towards the ground, soften through the hips and legs, soften through the shoulders. You might want to rock the head here left to right, giving the forehead a massage. If it feels okay in your lower back, you can even just really gently sway the shoulders left to right while you're rocking the head. It's a really nice and calming technique here. So take one more big breath into the lower back while we're here. And exhale, soften. And bring the gaze forward, and we're going to find our way onto our bellies. So realign the knees, coming down. Straight away, snuggle the fingertips underneath the shoulders, press into the hips, and really press into the tops of the feet. Extending through the toes, and also trying to imagine you're trying to lift a couch with your legs. Sounds a little bit weird, but imagine you're in your living room and you snuggle your legs underneath the couch and you try to lift the couch off the ground without actually lifting your feet. So we've got this big engagement in our hamstrings, which will support the lower back in our cobra pose, because we're going to press into the hips and really gently lift. So if your lower back is super soft, you feel to just stay in your palms. Otherwise, we want to get this bit of engagement in the back of the body. Again, building the muscles and the strength around the lower back to support. Coming back down, and this time we're going to bring the palms by our side, palms pressing down. Once again, press into the hips. Try to lift the couch with your toes. And inhale, lifting through the chest. Neck is long, so gaze is down. And maybe we also lift the toes this time. So we're actually gonna have the couch hovering now in our living room. Keep lengthening, keep pressing into the hips. So we're building like super strong back muscles here in the legs, in the upper and lower back. Keep breathing, keep pressing into the hips. Almost done here. And release everything down. Bring the forehead onto your hands and just shimmy the hips left to right. And we're gonna bring the palms back underneath the shoulders. Find our way into a tabletop, and from here straight into down dog. So tuck the toes under, lifting the hips. And this is particularly nice as well because we have this nice lengthening in the spine. So really focus on the length in the spine here today. You really get this big stretch in the lower back as well. Big bend in your knees as always. Relax the head, maybe give it a little shake. Then lifting through the right foot. We're going to step the right foot forward. Finding our way into a low lunge. So tuck. Untuck the left toes, bring the left knee down. We're going to move the right hand on the inside, moving into our lizard pose. So wiggle the right foot a bit further out to the side, because often lower back pain is also connected to a bit of an unflexibility here in our hip flexors at the front of the hip. So we also want to give those a bit of a stretch here today. Beautiful, nice little stretch here. As I said, you can wiggle your right foot as far out to the side as it feels comfortable. And today, rather than focusing on opening through the right hip, we really want to focus on the stretching of the front of the left hip in this one. So really trying to sink deep with your left hip. And some relaxation again in neck and shoulders. That's a bit too intense. Always the option to come onto your thigh, or if you want to go deeper, feel free to come onto your forearms. Relax through the left hip. Nose and stretch. And slowly we wiggle. The right toes back in, frame the right foot, and step back into downward facing dog. Lifting the left foot, and big step here with the left foot forward into our lunge on this side. Left hand comes on the inside. We untuck the right toes, wiggle the left toes further to the left side if we need a bit more room. And then choosing our option. Maybe we're on the thigh, maybe on the palms, maybe on the forearms. Make sure you don't have all the pressure in your wrist, so we tend to sometimes just basically collapse into our wrist in those ones. We're still slightly lifting and we're clawing through the fingertips here, so we're getting the weight off the wrist. If that's not helping, you still feel a little bit of pressure in the wrists, come onto your fists, so just like this lengthening here, just stacking the arm bones above the wrist, above the fists. Relax the shoulders and the head. We sink deeper with the right hip. Big stretch here in the front of the right hip flexor. And from here, we're going to tuck the right toes under again. Step the left foot back just to start to walk the feet forward. To be careful, there's a little beetle here on my mat today. Cute. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Awesome stretch here for the lower back as well. Surrender the head forward, surrender the shoulders down. Big ginormous bend here in your legs. And then if it fits good for your lower back, you can sway left to right. If it doesn't, don't. One more big breath. Maybe using the inhale to even further lifting through the hips. Exhale to soften further through the upper body. And really gently start to peel up into mountain pose. Take your time. Really slow. Let your hands, your fingertips be heavy. Today we're going to take our time one vertebrae at a time. Coming up into standing. Relax the shoulders up, back and down. The tailbone slightly under, so core is engaged. Little bend in your knees, quadriceps are engaged. And then big step back with the left foot. So hips are squared towards the front of the mat. And remember our micro bend that we want to keep in the right knee here, so we're not hyperflexing the knee towards the back. A little bend here. And the beetle now is on my leg. Inhale, lengthen to the spine. And exhale, start to peel forward. So really big engagement in your core here. Lengthen through the spine, and this might be where we're at today. Make sure your hips are still level, so we slightly pull the right hip back. And maybe we go a little bit deeper. So it's a big stretch here for the hamstrings. Really gentle and mindful. We might just stay here. If you're a bit more flexible, feel free to go deeper. Otherwise, really gentle. All we want is a little bit of a stretch here in the back of the right leg. Keep breathing. And take one more big breath. So peel the right hip back. Peel it back. And we come back up. Just to step the left foot forward, switch legs, give them a little shake in between. Stepping the right foot back. Hips are still turned towards the front. We remain our little micro bend in the left knee. Lengthen through the spine. And exhale. Hinge the chest forward. Keep lengthening through the crown of the head. Keep pressing into the right foot as well. So often we tend to collapse simply onto the left foot, but there's also weight in the right foot. Peel the left hip back. Hips are square and level. Tuck the chin towards the chest so we're nice and long in the back of the neck. Oh, and a second beetle joined us. Soon I will be invisible because I'm going to be covered with beetles. Okay, keep breathing, 2 more breaths here. Relax the shoulders, peel the left hip back. Big stretch here in the back of the left leg. And then we just engage the core, peel back up. Step the legs together. And take an inhale here, so big stretch towards the ceiling. Exhale, we fold back forward, coming back into Uttanasana. And from here we're gonna wiggle the feet a bit further apart, so about hip width apart or more. And turn the toes slightly out to the side, because we're gonna start to wiggle down into Malasana, into our Yogi Squat. So for some people it's impossible here to reach the ground with the heels, so it's completely fine if you're like this, or you can even make a little, be careful here with the little beetle, come on, I want to sit on you, make a little roll with the mat to give you a little bit more space underneath the hips, a bit more support, or you can even use a blanket underneath. And then we just wiggle our way in, sink the buttocks down, and bring the palms together. If you've got the space, if you're a little bit struggling, feel free to keep the hands on the ground. So that's a nice little release as well for the lower back, for the hips, lengthen for the spine. Again, tuck the chin towards the chest. And we're going to close our eyes here for 2 to 3 breaths. Imagining ourselves grounding further through the soles of the feet, but going taller through the crown of the head. Keep breathing. So from here we release, come into a seat, hopping back elegantly. So we're going to bring the left foot in and we're going to cross the right foot over the left thigh. If that's not happening in your body, don't worry, you can always sit on something, or if it's easier you can keep the left leg extended and just cross the right foot over. But if you can bend the left knee and if there's the range in your hip, feel free to come into this Lord of the Fish posture. We want to make sure we lengthen through the spine here. So it's basically a double stretch here for the lower back, because we're stretching slightly through the hip here. I can feel my hips already in this one. And we're also doing a little twist, but really mindful with the twist. So lengthen, the right leg is on top, and then we twist over to the right. And you can just grab hold of your right leg here, or you can hook the left elbow on the outside edge, maybe coming into a little mudra, whatever feels good here. 2 big breaths in whichever posture you are. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed. Move super, super long here through the spine. Maybe the gaze comes over to the right for the last breath. And then we slowly unravel, switch sides. So again, option to keep the right leg long and just bring the left leg on top, or we can bend the right knee, crossing over with the left leg. Lengthen again, And then twisting over to the left side. You can have, again, just your arm hooked around, or you can go a little bit deeper by pressing the right elbow into the right thigh. 2 big breaths here, eventually gazing over the left shoulder. Keep lengthening, keep twisting, but mindfully. And gaze comes back forward, we unravel and we find our way onto our backs, unravel the legs here, and we come to lay down. And this is where we might need our belt or our yoga strap. So lay down on the ground. So we're going to take our belt or our strap and just put it on the ball on the right foot. Starting to straighten the right foot towards, or the right leg towards the ceiling. And we find a bit of engagement in the left leg as well. So point the toes towards the ceiling. Have a little bend in your right knee as always. Relax the shoulders, lengthen through the back of the neck. And then wiggle the right hip a bit further away from the right shoulder. Into Supta Padangusthasana, our super gentle hamstring stretch, which is also awesome here for the lower back. So often any tightness in the lower back is connected with tightness in the hamstrings. Hey, Remy Bear, what's up? Have this bit of engagement in the left leg as well. If you want a little bit more, you can use the inhale to press slightly into the strap, the exhale to soften further into the stretch. But feel free to just hang in here. So any kind of little stretch for the hamstrings here is amazing. This is also probably one of the go-to postures in case your lower back pain or your lower back issue is really severe. So that's a super gentle stretch. 2 more big breaths here. Always remembering, keep this bit of a bend in the right knee. So we don't want to hyperextend here, cause any kind of knee trouble, knee issues. And then we bend the right knee and just bring the right knee over to the right side. So another bit of an opening here for the groin and the hips. And you can stay here, or you can move further into a half happy baby. So bringing the hand onto the sole, onto the outside edge of the right foot. 1 more big breath here. Super awesome stretch. And then releasing the right leg long, taking a moment here to feel the difference between the left and right leg. Right leg feels a bit more airy, a bit longer. Make it even, bring the left leg in. Strap onto the ball of the left foot. Lengthen through the leg. Keep your bend in the left knee. Wiggle the shoulders away from the ears. Find your bit of flexion in the right toes as well, pointing towards the ceiling. Snuggle the left hip away from the left shoulder. Enjoy this awesome stretch in the left leg. So once again, the option to maybe inhale, press into the strap, exhale, soften further into the stretch. Inhale to press. Exhale to soften. But if that's not for you today, feel free to just hang out here for a couple of breaths more. Keep breathing into the back of the leg. Keep softening. Last big breath here. And then bringing the left knee in. Put your strap to the side. The left knee moves over to the left side. Again, you can stay here in this subtle opening for inner thigh and groin, or bring the hand on the outside edge of the left foot, half heavy baby here. Keep pressing the fingertips into the soles of the foot. Also the foot presses into the head. Don't forget this bit of engagement in your right leg as well. And we release and bring both knees back up into the chest. Give them a last little hug, a last little squeeze. This is where we might move into Shavasana. Feel free to do another little twist or another little walking left to right here. If that's what you think you might need, is a little bit of an extra for your lower back. Otherwise, we stretch either the legs long or we come back into this teepee shape we did at the beginning with the feet wide, the knees together. So it's just a little bit nicer for the lower back, and keep tucking the tailbone under so really lengthen through the lower back. So the lower back is nice and flush on the ground. You can have your hands on your belly or by your side. Snuggle the shoulder blades together. Tuck the chin towards the chest. And take a couple of nice big breaths here. You deserve this rest. And as always, this is where I'm going to leave you. So I'm just gonna gently bring my palms together towards my third eye. And thanks to you for joining me here. I hope your lower back feels a little bit better. And reminder, the more yoga, the more practice we do, the better it should be. You, I hope, have the most amazing rest of the day. And I'll just gently whisper Namaste.